I grew up in the days of party lines, rotary dial phones, manually changing three channels on a black and white TV. And yet I've tried to keep up with technology, but I'm going to tell you, it's a struggle at times.
And on the other hand, I grew up with cell phones and satellite TV and remote controls and computers, and sometimes I find it hard to keep up with all of the different technology changes that come and go. And as parenthood comes closer and closer to reality for Hannah and me, I am very curious as to what it'll be for my children and our grandchildren.
I suppose that's true for every generation to some extent. I can vaguely remember some of the first electronic games that our children had, and now I see my grandchildren with iPods and iPads and iPhones and Xboxes and what have you. And then as cursive writing is becoming extinct and more electronic devices are available, I really worry about how people are going to communicate with one another.
Even in the short time that I've been preaching, I've seen PowerPoint become kind of the standard thing to use, and I preach from an iPad instead of from printed notes the way that you do. And as we think about all the social media sites that are out there, it is absolutely amazing how many there are. And while teens may be on top of these sites, many adults, if you're like me, you might have 3 or 4, but the rest of them you're a little bit oblivious to. Maybe you don't know how they work.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I have a Twitter account, and I monitor a couple of bloggers, but I don't think I could handle any more at this time. And I've even searched the internet for a list of social media sites, and I was surprised at how many of them I recognized by name.
And while most all these sites can be used for good purposes, there are a lot of sexual predators who will take advantage and manipulate younger users. At times, there is freedom for any of us to succumb to temptations. When the internet or social media sites are unfiltered, they're not checked.
Well, I'm thankful that we have some help on the way this Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. Our elders have asked Chad Landman to come and help us understand and manage some of this electronic nightmare. Will, tell us a little more about Chad. We both know him, and perhaps you can explain why Chad is uniquely qualified to conduct this seminar.
I've known Chad for several years. He's currently the education minister at Graymeer Church in Columbia, Tennessee, and he's been there for 3 years. Before that, he was youth minister for 7 years, and funny enough, the last work he had was in my hometown growing up, and so I've known him for a while. But he's also the father to 3 boys, and so he is obviously, as a parent, concerned about digital safety and wanting to keep other people safe while they're online. His conferences, or seminars rather, are booked up through the end of the year, and he can't fit any more in. So we're very thankful that we were able to get on his schedule.
I agree. We both heard presentations from him on the latest gadgets, so we know he's up on the latest technology, but he's also current on what parents and grandparents and guardians need to know to protect our youth. So you don't want to miss Sunday's seminar with Chad Landman.
And thanks again to all of our shepherds who have decided that this is a great need for us and for bringing in Chad. We really hope that you won't miss this opportunity to come and hear him and to learn about how to protect your children or grandchildren or others that you're watching over as far as digital things go. And also, if you've got a specific question that you want to ask him, the easiest way you can let that be known ahead of time. It's always easier for speakers when they know questions and they can prepare for specific things ahead of time. So if you've got something in mind, if you'll go to this website, this is his personal website, it's chadl.co. That's not a typo, it's not a .com, but .co/ADP. And we'll also put a link to that website with the video on Facebook. And so if you'll go to that, at the bottom of the page, there's a form you can fill out. Make sure you go to the drop-down box for upcoming events. Make sure you select Walter Hill Church of Christ. That way he knows it's for this weekend. But we hope that you're planning on coming and being a part of that. It's going to be a great, great thing, and it's definitely needed. So we appreciate you taking the time to watch this. We will see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday.